Hey everybody, Super Blind Man here. I am so excited to bring you this video today. We're reviewing my good friends here, the Triton reference towers, and just look at how statuesque and beautiful that speaker is. I mean, absolutely incredible. You have, of course, your MTM arrangement, your Diapaludo array up here, your mid-range, tweeter mid-range. Down here you've got your 3 active bass drivers, and then on the side, of course, you have your passive radiators, 2 on each side, which are planar quadratic passive radiators, 7 by 13 inch. All of the drivers you see on the front baffle plate are 6 inches. These bass drivers are 6, I believe, by 9.5, something like that. And then, of course, up here you've got your regular 6-inch. These are, all, of course, very high excursion. You can tell with the surrounds and everything. These mid-range here, you've got a really nice phase plug on there to help with, phase issues, off-axis listening. You've got, of course, your folded ribbon tweeter, which of course is the reference driver. So this is the one with 50% more neodymium. It can move extremely quickly, very, very nice, very detailed. And then there you have your other 6-inch mid-range driver. I'm going to go ahead and show you also the terminals in the back here. I know this is shaky video, guys. Hey, I'm blind, give me a break. But anyway, so down here, you've got your plate. You got your plate here. This is for your amp. It's got a really cool blue light, actually. I like that. Anyway, as you can see, my volume knob isn't even a quarter of the way. Well, it's about a quarter of the way up, in between about a quarter and a third. You've got an LFE. And as you can see, I mean, look at that terminal. I mean, it's got a nut up around it and everything. That is a very robust LFE input there. And then, of course, you've got your regular positive, negative speaker leads and your power there. Anyway, again, this is 56-bit DSP controlled 1800 watt amplifier driving the active drivers. Okay. These, however, up here, as you can see, your mid-range tweeter mid-range arrangement up here are passive, so those are being ran directly by the by your amplifier receiver in this case. Let's get close to that tweeter because that thing is cool. I love it. And essentially, this is the AMT designed by Dr. Oscar Heil in 1974. I believe the patent was issued on it in 75. Really awesome piece there, and you've got the mid-range there. You can see that kind of big phase plug coming off of there, and then of course you have your active bass drivers, very big, robust. As you can see, the stout surround there is just so, I mean, amazing. Very, very tough. You've got a carbon fiber thing there, so very, very nice cone. These cones up here are like a glass composite, very neutral sounding. That's really what I love about this entire system. Oh man, I hope I wasn't covering the mic the whole time. It's what I love about this system is very, very open, very clean, very transparent. I can tell you right now, like if I get on YouTube, it didn't used to bother me too much before, but if I get onto YouTube and I watch a compressed video, I not only can tell it's compressed, but it drives me absolutely insane. I mean, these are way too transparent. So if you're listening to compressed, MP3s or something, I can instantly tell, and it starts to drive me insane. So I'm going to go ahead again and give you the same disclaimer I did in the other overview video. And that is that, of course, these are not designed to run without the grill on. As a matter of fact, in order for me to take this grill off, I had to undo 2 bolts on the bottom. And I'll attempt to show you here. But here's the grill. And the grill essentially has rails kind of like on it. And it goes on, and then, you know, once you've got it on there, you put it in and you slide it down, and it locks into place. But it has 2 bolt holes at the bottom, and so that's how it stays put when it comes from the factory. I was given instructions on how to take that off so that I could show you, and past that, I have no intention on taking these off. I've done it already more than I would actually like to. So I'm not going to do it anymore. But very nice. And I want you to pay attention to this phase plug here, because the center speaker has these phase plugs on its drivers as well, on the inner 2 drivers. There are 4 cone drivers, and then of course on it you do have the same folded ribbon, and I'm showing you that because I won't be able to take the sock off the front of the center when I do the review. So just to throw it out at you. But the 2 inner drivers that are closest to the tweeter do have this same phase plug, the same, pretty much almost the same driver, you know, in terms of materials and advancements they've made on the driver. So very nice. And what can I say? You know, something, transparency. Like I said, that's what I'm all about. I don't want some speaker's version of the Beatles at Abbey Road. I want to hear the Beatles at Abbey Road. And that's exactly what this gives you. Again, vocals most especially are so strangely transparent. I mean, the whole environment. I listen to a lot of drum review videos. I do a lot of viewing on those. And it is so simple and easy to actually tell the difference between different timbres of wood that the drums are made from. So I do a lot of, you know, like I view the DW drum videos a lot, where they make these drums from crazy, all kinds of crazy wood materials. And it's so detailed, so crisp, clean, and powerful. Now, I'll tell you something about these bass drivers. Like I said, I don't even have them a third of the way up. And if I did, I'd probably greatly regret it, because they are so powerful and just, you know, overwhelming. Even at 50%, I went, oh man, that kind of sounds good, but it's just overpowering it. It gives too much mid-band bass to the room. I wouldn't doubt that in a larger room you could certainly turn them to maybe halfway, but even in the area where I heard these speakers for the first time, which was a very large open showroom, they just would easily overpower that space. The guy said he didn't have them much more than about 41% up, so he had them barely over a third of the way up. And so I'm surprised, you know, with the bass performance. And I mean, everything you would want from bass. It's very active, dynamic, powerful. You get all the thump that, you know, a kick drum can offer without any resounding boom, unless you've turned them too far up, the bass section. But very nice. They also have a very weird millisecond delay to them. I noticed that the bass was not, it sounded kind of cross-oscillating until I turned the millisecond delay up to about 25. So I was surprised with that. It worked perfect. And now everything sounds just great. I mean, very vivid, very dynamic and real, without any kind of distortion caused by the delay being off. So very strange that. I don't know, but okay. Either way, I thought I'd throw it in there because that was an unusual delay. But that's obviously because this is a DSP-controlled set of subs that are, you know, and let's be perfectly clear on this. These are not subwoofers, guys. And they're not just a bass woofer section. They're both. And that's where the real having to balance this out comes into play. And I have had a lot of real trouble trying to do that. Okay, so not that it's difficult. I just had to figure out the delay time there. Like I said, 25 milliseconds seemed to work perfectly. Well, 25 feet, whatever that works out to. But yeah, to be honest with you, perfect. I mean, once I got that aligned, it was excellent, amazing, you know, beautiful bass. And I'm talking forceful as all get out. If you watch that scene at the end of Star Wars Rogue One, and you know what scene I'm talking about, everybody loves that scene, the Darth Vader rage scene. Excellent. You know, when he's tossing people back and forth with the Force, that was excellent. Excellent on these speakers. I mean, deep, guttural, powerful, but controlled, articulate, detailed. And that's really what I love about these. You know, no matter what you're listening to, it could be, you know, old Sam Cooke or Elvis Presley, all the way up to new, you know, Ariana Grande. You know, the bass is perfect. It's not too much of anything. It's extremely well balanced. It's got punch and pop. You know, all of the power that you want it to have. And having the LFE hooked up gives you the opportunity to balance those two out. So you have the opportunity to have your mid-band and have that be as plentiful and good as you want it. And then at the same time, have your LFE be perfectly balanced as well. And so it just gives you a really great set of opportunities. And with my receiver having 0.2 output, in other words, you know, it does have two subwoofer outs, pardon me. That gave me the opportunity to then be able to balance it out even left and right, because over there in the other corner where I've got my other tower there is a corner, and it's got really bad bass issues, which is why I made a kind of a big homemade bass swallowing thing over there. It's kind of weird looking, but anyway, a little haphazard, but it works. So I get a lot of room gain in that corner, and so I had to turn that side down. So just doing little things like that is really what makes this so amazing, because it might be a kind of an expensive solution in the sense of, you know, it is a pricey set of speakers. But if you look at what you're getting here, two 1800 watt woofer subwoofer sections, right? I mean, you know, are they both? Yes. They're certainly not one or the other, but let's be perfectly clear about they were designed to be the lower bass section of the speaker. So they can't just, you know, you can't turn these on and not have that on, but they were designed to be both so that you then have that kind of flexibility. And I really like that. It gives you amazing control capability over each powered bass section, which is great. It lets you control LFE as compared to mid-band bass, so very nice. But you know what? Utter and complete transparency is the name of the game for me. I just want to hear the content. I don't want to hear what a speaker's interpretation of that content is. And that's what these do extremely well. They do it very well. They are transparent, they are open, they are articulate, they are just amazing. And you know, and with that beautiful gloss finish, and I know that might not be easy to capture in this video, and I have touched that speaker a lot, so maybe it's a little fingerprinty, but black as the opal sea, and just lustrous and gorgeous. Very nice. I mean, very nice. I love it. It's not just a great performer. It's got good looks. It looks great in the room. Just the shape of it, and you know, the way it looks with the grill on and everything. Fantastic. And let's go over here to this other one here. And we'll show you, okay, because there's this obviously with the grill on, and you know, it's got this beautiful rounded it's just kind of rounded around like this. You know, kind of a semi-hemispherical almost look to it. It's great, you know. Then you've got the gloss there, that beautiful, just gorgeous gloss finish. Very, very, very nice, and certainly attractive. Very attractive, just alluring. Matter of fact, everyone who comes in here absolutely just fawns over them, and I can't blame them. They're very beautiful speakers. I just love them, but you know, to me, it's not looks, it's performance. But these speakers give you both in equal doses, and I like that. They are gorgeous to look at, and listening to them is amazing. As soon as I hooked these up, and especially once I got my rear, the BRX bookshelf speakers, the whole room changed. Everything was so open. Watching my brother play Call of Duty and Sea of Thieves and all kinds of stuff, I can't even describe how real everything was. Wow. I mean, it's hard to explain, but it brought the world to life in this room. There are improvements that I need to make. I know that. So there's, you know, the receiver is just a receiver. It's not separates, and I don't have a power foundation right now. And those are important things. They are. So please don't think I'm not looking at that. But for now, and you know, you can't complain. I certainly wouldn't look the gift horse in the mouth. What I would say is that this system has a lot of potential for upgrading. The receiver, certainly, at some point, I will go with separates and get better sound that way. But the way I looked at it, I may as well go with the best of the best speaker-wise right now, so that I can improve other things, and I'm still going to get the best possible sound from these speakers I could. So that was my thinking, and I'm glad I went that route, because even if I went just a little bit less, I don't think I'd be as satisfied with the bass response. This thing has bass that absolutely blows your mind. I mean, like I said, not only quick, sharp, detailed, but powerful. I mean, you know, it gets you in the chest. You can feel it, you know, vibrating you when things like that are going off. You know, like I said, the Darth Vader scene. Man, I'm telling you what, it penetrates your soul. It's beautiful. So for those of you who are looking for transparency, you're not going to settle for second best. You want the best of the best. Trust me when I tell you, these speakers will give you that, plus tax, a bag of chips, food stamps, you know, and then some. They're absolutely gorgeous, and I just want to send a shout out to everyone at Golden Ear Technology. These are just amazing speakers. I have spoken with Sandy Gross and Bob on the phone, and so they're fun people to talk to, because you can hear the passion that comes from them, and these are people that this keeps them up at night. You can tell, you know, these speakers were designed with the absolute highest passion in mind. I myself have the absolute highest passion for well reproduced audio, and I'll tell you what, I found the dragon. I have. The only improvements I will be making to this system in the future will be amplification improvements. The speakers are going to stay. If anything else, I may even grab another pair for the surrounds at some point, because I'd love to hear the realism that would offer. But you know what? They're the bomb. So if you're looking to make a purchase, please go get these, because I know you will absolutely love them. I do. I live by my ears. I love with my ears. These, you know, this is my love. This is my passion. And you will never find music so effortlessly, easily, and completely reproduced as you will with these speakers. They take you there. I mean, period. So look them up. Get a pair. They're beautiful. Thank you for watching.
Stop recording.